My dear Dhamma sisters and Dhamma brothers, may you be well, happy and peaceful. It's so good to see you in good conditions. We are still alive. That is wonderful because it means we are still flowing in the stream of life as human beings. We still have time and opportunities to do lots of good karma as our wealth for this life and for our next lives. Yes, we are the skippers of our life ships. We are the captains of our life boats. Where we are heading, we decide. Are we going to a happy destination or to an unhappy destination? We are the decision makers. But let us look back and see our lifeline. The fact that we are now in the human realm means one thing. In the past, surely we steered our life ships in such a way that we ended up in being born in the human realm now. No doubt, our karma led us to this condition now. If we consider this human realm as a happy realm, we can say that our good karma have brought us here. Or if we consider this human realm as a miserable realm, we can say that our bad karma have brought us here. In brief, we are responsible for our own lives. We are the creators of our lives. The colors we see on our life canvases, we are the painters. We cannot blame anybody else. Here I would like to remind us all about 4 groups of people stated in Samyutta Nikaya. What are those 4? People who go from darkness to darkness. People who go from darkness to brightness. People who go from brightness to darkness. And people who go from brightness to brightness. To which group do we belong? If we check in our mind, we have the dark side and bright side. For us, who are not entirely controlled, those 2 sides are active in leading us probably to darkness, meaning suffering, or brightness, meaning happiness, each with its consequences. Therefore, it is a must that we try our best to improve and develop our good mental and spiritual qualities. It is a must that we struggle the best way to say goodbye to our bad mental and spiritual qualities. That way we will certainly get better and better each day. We will certainly lead our lives to brightness, to happiness. Well, we can always change for the better. Anicca, for the better. I have a beautiful true story about it. One day, a grandma came to me. She felt sad about her granddaughter, who was 4 years of age at that time. To make this story easier, let's call her Ping Ping. In her grandma's eyes, Ping Ping had a bad character. She was stingy and selfish. Well, her grandma was worried, knowing that all stinginess would bring harm. In her past life, maybe Ping Ping was also stingy. But now, Ping Ping was born in a Dhamma family and had a Dhamma grandma. So, Ping Ping must have had a lot of good karma too. Knowing this, Grandma tried very hard to change Ping Ping's bad character. One day, Lombok Island was struck by a terrible earthquake, not only once, but many times. After the situation got better, Grandma, with a group of Buddhist volunteers, joined us to offer help in Lombok. There, we saw with our own eyes the effects of disasters that harmed so many people's lives. Using her handphone, Grandma took pictures which documented the chaos as a result of the natural disaster. She also compiled her volunteer friends' photos in her handphone. Back home, Grandma told her story, saying she was happy to have done good karma to help those in need. She showed the photos, which pictured the suffering and wreckage everywhere. So much suffering, so much loss, so much dukkha. Ping Ping was listening too, and she also watched the photos. Tears came down from her eyes. She heard Grandma say how lucky they were, living in good conditions, experiencing no disasters whatsoever, having enough food and clothes and shelters, having so much more. You know what happened to this 4-year-old girl? Compassion grew in her heart. Slowly, she walked into her bedroom. She chose several clothes, dolls, sandals, shoes, toys, and then she came to her grandma. Grandma, I also want to help children there. Please send these things to them to make them happy, poor children. You can imagine Grandma's reaction. Of course, Ping Ping had opened her heart and filled it with loving kindness and compassion, metta and karuna. Ping Ping's generosity was born. Such a wonderful and beautiful moment of change for the better. Ping Ping developed this new character in other opportunities. She donated this and that to children in the orphanage. She shared with others. She gave to the needy heartily, lovingly. The stinginess no longer reigned in her heart. It was gone, replaced by compassion and generosity. Ping Ping was still small, still young. Her body was small, but her metta and karuna were so big, amazing, happy ending. Now, many of us adults often think that small children know nothing, can do nothing. But I have seen a 4-year-old change like that. A 4-year-old girl could change her bad characteristics and turn her life path to brightness. She had said goodbye to the dark path which would have led her to suffering. She had said hello to the bright path which would certainly lead her to happiness. Now this little girl has grown into a good-hearted and healthy, smart girl. Her family is well off, so she is in good conditions to keep on practicing her generosity, metta, karuna in real actions, helping people in need. Even though she is still very young, she understands how precious this human life is and how important it is to keep doing good karma. She understands that whatever she plants, she reaps. She must not eat leftovers from past lives. She must always do good deeds in the present so that she can reap good things in the future. She needs the accumulation of good karma to lead her to brightness, to happiness. Ping Ping is a good example for a person who goes from darkness to brightness when she was small, and then from brightness to brightness after she understood goodness. Now, what about us? Maybe we are not lucky enough to have a good grandma who lives in Dhamma and help us realize how important it is to have good hearts, to have good deeds. Maybe we don't have natural disasters. Well, hopefully not, to make us open our hearts for compassion to come in. But we have our wisdom to lead us to a good destination. We have Dhamma to lead us to the right direction. My dear Dhamma sisters and brothers, let us now think of our own life stories. We are not 4 years of age anymore. We have changed a lot since then, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Well, some of us may spend a lot of time and money to have a routine general checkup for our physical well-being. Are we healthy enough? Something wrong with our body organs? Is everything okay? Do we need anything to improve our physical health? Well, of course, that is all good. But what about our mental health? Our spiritual health? Is everything okay? Maybe we should ask more questions. Are we now mentally, spiritually better than before? Are we leading our life to darkness, to suffering? Or are we guiding ourselves along the right path to goodness, to brightness, to happiness? Are we developing good characteristics or bad characteristics? Are we developing greed, aversion, delusion? Or are we leaving greed, aversion, delusion behind? In order to get closer to generosity, compassion, and wisdom, we are so lucky to come in contact with Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. That way we come in contact with the truth. We know how the mind works, and we know where we are going, to darkness or suffering, or to brightness or happiness. We are the owners of our karma, the heirs of our karma. We have the choice, and we experience the results, the consequences of the choice we have made. Nobody can save us. We are our own saviors. Hard yet true. Once again, nobody can save us. If we keep doing good karma, we keep working with pure intention, keep practicing sila, samadhi, panya, we know where our path will lead us. If we want to be happy, but we live a negligent, ignorant life, that is wishful thinking. Our physical, verbal, and mental activities will determine our life paths. Good deeds bring happiness. Bad deeds bring suffering. As simple as that, not magic. My dear Dhamma sisters and brothers, now that we are still alive, let us be determined. Let us say goodbye to our bad characteristics. Let us strengthen our good characteristics. Let us bring our life ship to cross the samsara ocean safely to the other side. May our wisdom be strong enough to understand what is right and what is wrong. That way, we can be strong enough to guide, lead, and force ourselves to always live in Dhamma, leaving adhamma behind. Yes, if Ping Ping can change, we can too. May all beings be happy, and may we struggle to always be close to the teaching of the Buddha, and may the best come to us all. Thank you. Sukhi Hontu.